Hey guys, today's video is about something we're all going to deal with if you own the camper long enough. Yellowing of some of the plastics in the camper from sunlight. So today, we're going to show you a product that Linda and I used to remove some of the yellowing in our shower. And if you're new to the channel, I'm Troy, Linda's man in the camera, and that is our boss, Desi. So after our research, we realized we had three options before us. One, we could replace the plastic shower. Two, we could paint the plastic shower, or we could try this option. At $5, we opted for this option. In doing research for this project, we stumbled over some videos on YouTube where folks were using this product. It's a hydrogen peroxide solution used by hairdressers. There was a common thread in these videos, though, in the comments section. How long does it last? Linda and I did this project 3 months ago, and I can tell you, it does work. But stay to the end of the video and we'll give you an update on how well it worked and for how long.
So for this project, we used some lightweight painter's plastic, some blue tape, a paintbrush, and the cream peroxide. So we started the project by using the painter's plastic and the blue tape to tape off any surfaces that we did not want to get the peroxide on. Now this project really wasn't messy, so this may not have been necessary, but it only took a few minutes. Then we gave the shower a quick wipe down. After a quick rinse and dry, it was time to get started. And safety first. Because it might splatter, we made sure to wear gloves and safety glasses. Now we didn't notice a strong odor with this product, but we still used the vent fan in our bathroom, our DeWalt fan, and opened the door to the camper to get some airflow. Then it was time to apply the product to the areas that we wanted to whiten. Now overall, this whole project took less than an hour. And while we saw others use UV light and hair dryers to speed up the process, we found that just sunlight, the heat of the day, and time worked best. So once a product was applied, we used smaller pieces of the painter's plastic to go ahead and stick to those areas. And when we were done, we used some more blue tape along the edges to hold them in place.
Well guys, it's going to hit 80 degrees today, so we're going to give it some time to work. We'll see you guys tomorrow. So it's been 20 hours since we started this project. To be perfectly honest, I was more than a little skeptical, but it actually worked. You can still see some yellow in the worst areas, so we're going to apply it again in just a few minutes. But the one area that came out really well were the shelves. They're actually white again.
So as Troy mentioned, it definitely worked. Now we did rinse the shower down and wipe it off before putting the second coat on.
Okay.
But the next day when we came back, it was a few shades lighter. At this point, we could hardly see a difference between the original white on the shower and where we had applied the peroxide. So this process definitely worked. The shower went back to white again. But in watching those other videos on YouTube, there was one question that always came up in the comments that no one really answered. And that was, but how long does it last? Well, the answer is not as long as we would have liked. At 3 months, we are starting to notice kind of the yellow coming back a little. It is definitely not as noticeable as it was, but we can see that this is not going to be a long-term solution. Now, we do have half a bottle left. So before we go out on our next trip, we're probably going to do it one more time just to kind of brighten up the camper while we're away. But this fall, winter, we're going to be looking for a long-term solution. So what we'd love is for any of you that have painted maybe a tub surround or a shower surround in their camper, drop your knowledge down below in the comments, because we would love to hear what you used, what your tips are, what you wouldn't do again, anything that you can let us know before we start this project. Now, we also recently found a product that we wish we had found when we first bought the camper, because if we had been using this all along, we may not have had to deal with this problem. It's a Skylight Insulator by Camco. Now, there are a number of these on the market, but there were a few reasons that we bought this one over the other ones we found. One side of the Skylight is Reflectix, and inside the insulator is a foam insert. Now, I added a little bit of extra foam here on the ends, just so it gave a little bit more of a snug fit when it was up in the Skylight. And one of the reasons we had trouble finding a Skylight insulator that fit is because of these sloped sides. Now, this insulator also has those sloped sides, so it will sit up in the Skylight on its own. However, when it's in storage, we wanted to make sure we didn't have to worry about it falling down. And this one has an additional feature to prevent that. So this came with 4 screws that have a little snap on the end. So we replaced 4 of the screws in the Skylight, and it also came with these straps. These snap into those screws, and now when the camper is in storage, these straps will hold it in place so we don't have to worry about it coming down. So that is pretty much a wrap for today. Now, if any of you have done this process in the past and maybe had different results, we'd love to hear it down below in the comments. We've seen this process a number of times pop up kind of online and on YouTube, so we wanted to give it a try, and more importantly, we wanted to let you guys know our results and for how long it was lasting. So if you'd like to see more of these types of videos, we'd love for you to hit that subscribe button. And remember, Desi here, he always loves it when you hit that notification bell.